big blow, Rajdeep, for the Congress party. Kapil Sibal has constantly often demanded for an overhaul, for a strong leadership to lead the party to a victory in the upcoming elections. None of his words were taken well. He led the G23 delegation separately, has been a rebel extensively, hosting dinners and events at his home, sans the Gandhis altogether. And this man finally, after not being heard, says bye-bye. He now files his nomination as an independent candidate for the Rajya Sabha, backed by the SP.
That's right. What I am told is that Kapil Sibal met Sonia Gandhi around the 16th, and that's when he told her that he had decided enough was enough, and that he felt that he couldn't be part of the Congress in the way it was going. Remember, Mr. Sibal did not attend the Congress's Chintan Shivir as well. He claims that he cannot attend a meeting on grounds of principle, he says, because he cannot accept, he says, the leadership anymore of the Gandhis. He has been calling for change. Now, out of the entire G23 group, the so-called rebels within the Congress, Mr. Sibal is the only one who has directly attacked the Gandhis time and again. All the others who have been fence-sitters have now been accommodated. Bhupinder Singh Hooda, former Haryana Chief Minister, his man has been made Haryana Congress President. Ghulam Nabi Azad, Anand Sharma have yesterday been accommodated in this political advisory group that will work with Sonia Gandhi ahead of the 2024 elections. Mukul Wasnik has been put on an task force that has been appointed by the party for 2024. So what the Gandhis have tried to do is split in a way the G23 by accommodating a number of the old guard. Sibal is the one person who has stood up and taken the Gandhis on and was looking therefore at options. That option has come through the Samajwadi Party. Remember, Kapil Sibal appeared in the courts for Azam Khan, who's just got bail, the senior Samajwadi Party leader. There are other cases also in which he's appearing for the Samajwadi Party, a disproportionate assets case involving Mulayam Singh Yadav. He was also looking at an option from the JMM, which is a direct ally of the Congress, and that's where the problem came. Samajwadi Party is not an ally of the Congress. They had an extra seat. Mr. Sibal has taken their support in the past also to enter the Rajya Sabha. His aides are telling me that he has not joined the Samajwadi Party, but once he has, in a way, contesting now as an independent, this time he has chosen to depart, is the word being used, from the Congress. He has chosen not to sever all his links, but clearly has sent out a message to the Congress that he is now looking at a life beyond the Congress, since his rebellion or his anger against the Gandhi family has not got an echo within his colleagues in the party.
Right, Rajdeep, it's very interesting that he has not formally joined the Samajwadi Party. He has taken the independent route. In fact, right after he filed his Rajya Sabha nomination, he says it's very important to be an independent voice within the Rajya Sabha, because if you are an independent voice, then people will look at you with credibility. Then you don't have any party's weight or ideology to carry forward. You have your own independent voice to speak up. People will believe you then. That's what he says. What's the future of Kapil Sibal as an independent candidate as he files his nomination today?
Look, he will get elected because the Samajwadi Party has enough MLA support for getting Kapil Sibal elected from Uttar Pradesh to the Rajya Sabha. Will he be truly an independent voice? Possibly. But it also leaves a door open for him to return to the Congress one day, because Sibal says that his battle is not with the Congress party or its ideology. Now it's with the leadership and the way the party is being run. He was hoping to emerge as some kind of a magnet for this rebellion. That clearly has not happened. The Congress has lost. I mean, most Congress leaders who are questioning the Gandhis in private do not have it in them to question them in public or take them on in public or take them on in elections in August, September. And therefore, Kapil Sibal found himself to be almost a lone voice. Now, he is someone, remember, who's also lost elections in recent times to the Lok Sabha. Yeah. In 2014, he was defeated from Chandni Chowk. He's not a mass leader. He has limited options. The one option he has is that he's a top-class Supreme Court lawyer and therefore has clients in every party. And he's used that to strike some kind of a quid pro quo with the Samajwadi Party, not leaving the Congress, thereby keeping a few options open, but at the same time making it clear that he's not joining the Samajwadi Party either. To that extent, you can claim he's an independent voice who can now speak even more strongly against the Congress leadership without attracting any disciplinary action.
Right, but Rajdeep, let's have it clear here. Kapil Sibal has resigned from the Congress party. Those are his words. He's come out to say that on the 16th of May itself, I've given out my resignation. A quick peek into what conversation he may have had with Sonia Gandhi. As per you said you claim to have spoken to him. What do you think was the conversation that he may have had with Sonia Gandhi? And was there any attempt to pacify this man who's been upset for at least 2 years now?
No, there was no attempt made to pacify him. I think all bridges have been burnt because Kapil Sibal has been open and vocal in his view and his demand that the Gandhis step aside. That clearly is unacceptable to the Gandhi family at the moment. And what has disappointed him is what the others of the G23 have done. Most of them have tried to strike their own deals. We are told that Anand Sharma is hoping to get a Congress Rajya Sabha seat from Haryana. Ghulam Nabi Azad is also hoping to be accommodated in some form in Parliament. So with other leaders around the Gandhis who were questioning their leadership, also now getting accommodated, Mr. Sibal found himself as a lone voice. So he is disappointed, disillusioned, and I believe he has conveyed that disillusionment to Sonia Gandhi, saying that it is very clear that as long as the Gandhis, particularly Rahul Gandhi, continues to be seen as the face of the party, the Congress has no hope of defeating Narendra Modi and the BJP. So he has communicated his views very clearly, and the Gandhis for their part seem to have also decided that they also now need life without Mr. Sibal.
So you're saying, Rajdeep, that the Gandhis have made peace with his exit, or rather they were waiting for him to finally say goodbye because they have done dealing with a dissenter. They have really nothing to offer, it appears, and finally Kapil Sibal left. Are the Gandhis more relieved, if anything?
Well, I don't know who's more relieved. Look, Kapil Sibal, like, as I said, being a top-class lawyer, has perhaps more options than most other congressmen who would have. The professional politicians in the Congress party, they have no other option but to hang on to the Congress party and hope for the loaves and fishes of office. Look, the Congress also has very little to offer. There are barely half a dozen Rajya Sabha seats that the Congress can really give this old guard. There's one in Maharashtra, one in Tamil Nadu, which Mr. Chidambaram is eyeing. We don't know who they will give the Maharashtra seat to. They have no other seats in North India. They have one in Jharkhand that they can strike with in partnership with the JMM. They have one in Haryana, which we are told Rajdeep Singh Surjewala and Kumari Shelja are eyeing. They have a seat in Chhattisgarh. We don't know who that seat will go to at the moment. So they have a very few seats available at the moment. The grand old party simply cannot distribute the loaves and fishes of office to those who in the past hoped to use the Rajya Sabha route to stay relevant in politics. Kapil Sibal recognized this and therefore has decided that I might as well take this opportunity with the Samajwadi Party and retain my so-called independence by taking on the Congress leadership, not the Congress party, but the Congress leadership. So a bit like Sanjay Jha, who's with you, I don't think Sanjay Jha is taking on the Congress ideology, but he has been taking on the Gandhis in particular.